Okay, running a little bit tight on my schedule, so I just getting set up. All right. So, because there's a lot that, hi everybody. My name is Hannah and I'm an intuitive healer, and I've been jumping in this group a little bit. I did some psychic readings in here on Monday. I will be coming back next Monday, Brisbane time, to do that again. And anyway, the point I'm saying is that you guys have, I don't know, called me or something, or I've been guided by spirit or whatever you want to call it, into this group. And I just wanted to share a bit because, like, I'm seeing posts, and for me, like, writing, I'm like, oh, I could say so much, and it's like, I don't have the time. It's just like I could say so much more and get my message across than writing. So I really wanted to share about, I've seen people, well, I saw, I'm sorry, maybe I should look for the name. Let me have a look here. Okay. I think I'm just awaiting approval for this video to go live in the group, so I'm going to just keep talking anyway because alright, so okay, let me just see if I can find the post that triggered me wanting to live stream in here for you today. Okay, Laura Des. So the scratches, and then I saw lots of people commenting and they've had something similar. So, and then you're talking about being cursed and, you know, like being cursed by someone or by spirits or whatever it is like that. And I just wanted to really speak to it because it is a really real thing that goes on, especially for, you know, especially for, you know, sensitive people who are aware and feel stuff and get it, right? So it is very real. So, all right, cool. So I'm just going to talk. Okay, so what do I want to say about this? Okay, first of all, a curse, yeah? So anybody can do curses, right? Witches are people who, witches or warlocks are people who use magic to do stuff, right? Now let me explain that in real term. A witch is somebody who can pick a certain plant from the garden and turn it into a medicine. Yeah? A witch and a warlock are people who use that sort of natural energy and do things with it because they know the truth that they can have the power to do that, right? They know the truth ultimately. So witches have got a bad name. Now it was only 200 years ago, right? Only 200, not talking millions of centuries. Only 200 years ago, we were still getting burnt at the stake for being a witch, meaning I know that this herb needs to be picked in winter, not summer. I'm going to pick it now and turn it into a medicine. This is like common sense knowledge, right? However, most of society showed, you know, made it into bad and we were burnt at the stake. Like I said, only 200 years ago. It's still in our collective. It's still in our consciousness. There's still a lot of fear around it, yeah? So when people like you and me, okay, if you're in this group, you're gifted. You have a gift, you sense things that not everybody can sense. They have the capability and the potential to, but they haven't trained or worked on their skills more, yeah? Because that's all it is. Everybody can do anything if they train and put their mind to it, yeah? So, with a curse, now, they say, and there was this meme going around a while ago that I thought was like so spot on. It's like, and I actually Googled it last night because I'm like, I needed to find this again. Where is it? I think it's that one. There it is. Okay. So, words cast spells. That's why it's called spelling. Words are energy. Choose them wisely. Yeah? Every single thought and word that we speak creates our reality. Yeah? So with that, okay, a curse is somebody that, like if somebody had put a curse on somebody, they've consciously said a spell. Like there is spells that you can make, right? Like I said, words cast spells. So a spell is a series of words put together that pull energy and move energy, because everything is energy and that's all it is, yeah? Okay. Now, curses, people say curse because, yeah, I mean, like, it can be quite negative, I guess, yeah? On people. Now, the thing that you need to remember is that anyone who does anything nasty to somebody else, when you look deep inside them with your psychic awareness, that everybody's in this group because they have gifted awareness, right? When you look deep inside that person who is negative or bad or cursing other people, they are extremely hurt and trying to hurt other people, yeah? So the worst thing we can do is be harsh to them, because more negative energy only creates more negative energy, yes? However, when we can see the truth, and the truth is that they're hurting inside, the love will dissipate the negative energy. Because it's something, I don't know the exact ratio, but it's something like 1 positive thought outweighs 10 negative thoughts. So hold that ratio in your mind and think to why there's only a couple of enlightened people on the planet to all this other darkness on the planet, right? 1 positive eradicates 10 negative. Yeah? So I just wanted you to keep that in mind, right? When we're talking about curses, and people throw that word around really easily, and I understand because people just don't have enough understanding about it all, okay? And because of, you know, like only 200 years ago we were burnt at the stake still, it's still very fresh in our DNA strain memories, right? Or the collective. So I just wanted to, I guess, give, you know, and like I said, like, you know, my biggest thing is, if something that I say doesn't resonate with you, don't listen to it. Go and find what works for you, yeah? Because everything that ever thought, you know, created in this planet first came from somebody's thought. So if you, okay, so I just wanted to share that bit. That was important. So because this hasn't been approved as yet, as I'm live, I'm just trying to remember what I was going through, because it'll be approved and then you guys can watch it. So let me just think as well. Okay, so curses, the truth about them. Okay, so that's the truth, yeah? So words cast spells, that's why it's called spelling. So be mindful of that. Now, how to break them. Okay, so pretty much like I said there, it was kind of a first step. Like, the people who are cursing other people are really hurting. The people who are angry at other people are actually really hurting inside, right? When we can have that higher consciousness, truth and perspective, it takes the person, like taking it personally, out of the equation. We can go, oh, it looks like you're really hurting right now. Because whatever, you know, it's the truth, right? There's a meme or something going around or whatever. The truth is, whatever somebody else says about you is actually what they're saying about themselves, okay? Hurt people, yeah? These are all little sayings. So how to break them is, one, seeing that person, seeing the light inside them, seeing the love inside them, and not taking things personally, because it's about them, it's not about you, okay? When you get triggered, on the other hand, that's when you'll start fighting with them or whatever, and, you know, or go into fear, and then they've got power over you and all this sort of thing, right? But when you can stay in the truth, which is love, love dissipates everything. Love is the most powerful thing on the planet, but it's a brain training to stay here instead of here, yeah? Okay, so the other thing is there, curses, the truth about them, how to break them. Okay, so the other point that I wanted to say there is that, remember too, that whatever anyone else puts out in the universe, karma comes back to them. Okay, so we don't need to go cursing them back. Okay, because like I said, that's just going to cause that more, yeah? Okay, so how to break them is those 2 points that I just spoke about. Karma will always come back to the person, helps you to detach, helps you to go, actually, you're really hurting inside. This isn't actually about me. If you get triggered and fired up or hurt or anything, that's when you need to look inside yourself and go, actually, what's this triggering inside of me? I do need to look at that inside of me, because when you fix that, then that will disappear. They'll either transform or will disappear out of your life, yeah? So how to break them, was that all I wanted to say about that? Oh yeah, so the last thing about how to break them is simply, what is a series of words that you could put together that would uncurse the words, right? That would undo the spell, sort of thing, right? And it could be simple as, I'm sorry, I forgive you. Now, it's not about you forgiving them. It's not about, you know, you've done something wrong. But when you can say, I'm sorry and I forgive you, that's coming from love, right? And remember, this isn't about forgiving them, okay? Eventually you might get to a point of forgiving them, but in the start we don't want to forgive them, because like, well, they hurt us, why should I forgive them? Yeah. So what we want to do is, like, you know, looking at that perspective of, I forgive you, because if we're all connected, if everyone outside of us is a reflection of us on some level, when we say I forgive you, we're forgiving ourselves. I'm forgiving you for not having the conscious awareness to be in a heart-centered space. I'm forgiving me for having a judgment about you and not seeing the truth that actually you're really hurting. I'm forgiving me for getting caught up in the entanglement in the first place. What do I need to do for myself to release myself from this situation? Yeah? Okay, so that's the kind of thing there. So, you know, in a series, you know, and like I said, you don't even need to focus on them. Focus on yourself. I forgive me for getting caught up in this entanglement of energy. What do I need to do to help shift this, right? This is what you're talking to your intuition, your soul, yourself, your angels, whoever you speak to, yeah? Now, the thing with why spirits are in your home and hurting you, I didn't read all the comments, but I flicked through and I saw a few comments there where people, you know, would wake up and like, it's pretty fucking full on, man. Oh my God, I'm sorry I swore again. It's pretty full on. I'm in a roll this morning, a lot of energy through me this morning. I'm really conscious not to swear. Okay. So, you know, with those big scratches and stuff, and, you know, and that's the thing, when things happen, sometimes we don't get information straight away. I did see on somebody's comment that, you know, they found out later on that someone committed suicide 4 months ago in the house, and I kind of wanted to speak to that because it'll give you a prime example about how you can decipher everything that happens like that, for your body, for spirits in your home, for all that sort of thing. So, and I did see someone else that I commented to about their boyfriend just committed suicide too, and it's all very similar energy, right? So I want to speak to it all, and hopefully it will help you understand. Hopefully you'll be able to comment on this video when, you know, it goes approval in this group and it goes live, so you can watch the replay obviously. But if you comment any questions, I will come back and, you know, answer them for you. So we'll do my best to answer them for you. So okay, I'm going to speak to the one who got scratched and then found out that 4 months prior somebody committed suicide, right? So obviously, that spirit, the soul of that person is still in the home, okay? Now, there's a couple of reasons why spirits stay on the earth plane. They have unfinished business. They're hanging around for loved ones to, you know, make sure they're okay. And, you know, the other thing, which is what I'm picking up for that scratch and the, you know, the guy who committed suicide, and also for the lady who I commented on her post and her boyfriend committed suicide. You know, when somebody commits suicide, their heart is so closed that actually they don't want help, you know, like, and personally I always question the suicide lines and stuff, and while everything serves a purpose, the medical system, suicide lines, helplines, they all serve a purpose. Please understand what I'm saying here. Except when somebody is in this space, they don't want to be helped. It's just like, well, nobody can help me, I don't want to help. I'm speaking from experience here, okay? I understand the energy that makes us not want to be on the planet anymore, okay? And when somebody's in this space, they don't want to be helped, right? So with these two people that are coming through about committing suicide, once they do it, as a soul, they wake up on the other side, on the spirit world, see what's happened and just go, oh my God, what have I done? Yeah? And I'm getting the sense that the one who shared that found out 4 months ago he committed suicide in that house, that's what's happened. And so he's hanging around to try and change the situation, which obviously can't, right? But it's about him, and I can feel him. It's about him finding forgiveness for himself and what he's done. It's about him forgiving him, about him forgiving himself about how he's hurt the people around him, about him forgiving himself about not having the awareness or understanding about how he could have been helped, right? Or opened his heart enough to let in help, right? Because that's what happens. We close our heart from all these hurts and pains and think we're not good enough because somebody said something when we were 5 years old and we carried that in our energy field and that's created who we are, right? I'm not good enough. I'll keep going on in life, but it's all the belief systems and stuff. But ultimately, like I was saying at the start of this live stream, forgiveness and love are like the key things to break any kind of curses, right? So the point that I'm saying right here is that if there is a spirit in your home and, you're waking up with scratches or they're shifting things or they're scaring you, simply ask them, what do you need? Right? Because you're sensitive enough to know that there's a spirit in the home, right? You are a light worker, a healer, or whatever you want to call yourself. You have the power to help these sort of people. Now, I'll get to dark spirits in a minute. Now, the thing is, and the message that I'm just getting now from that one who committed suicide 4 months ago is that he is stuck on the plane. And, that is like going, help me. Like trying to get your attention, help me. Yeah, it's not a nice way, of course, yeah? And if you do sense that sort of thing, say, hey, I'm willing to help you, but be kind to me because I don't want to be hurt, right? When you're talking to the spirit world, it's exactly as you would be talking to a person like you and me. There's no difference. Souls and consciousness, there's no separation, right? So how do you protect yourself in this sort of situations? Well, you can use whatever angel or whatever you like. Personally, I always use Archangel Michael, and I always say, Archangel Michael of 100% light, please help me with this situation. One, Archangel Michael has a sword of truth. He is he's a person who helps light workers and people like you and me, and he goosebumps saying that, truth bumps. And he keeps the connection clear. So when we start dealing with dark spirits, right? Okay, hang on a sec. So the message coming through is that, people throw around the word curse or you've been cursed. There's a bad spirit in your home. Like I said, it's just this lack of understanding. And, only 200 years ago, we were still getting burnt at the stake because we used to pick herbs because we knew that was a natural healing remedy. So it's just a misunderstanding, right? Because what I just explained to you, like that man, like that boy who committed suicide just wants help. He's remorseful. He doesn't want to be dead. He just could, now he's in the spirit world. He sees another way and he wishes that he took that. Yeah, and that's why he's still stuck here. Yeah. So I'm just got goosebumps. I'm trusting and I'm feeling that as I'm talking, I'm helping them see this perspective too. Because like I said, it's just like talking to you and me. Just because somebody crosses over to the spirit world doesn't mean they've got an amazing consciousness like Buddha, right? It really depends on exactly where they are. And that's why people, do this and then get stuck on the earth plane because they wish they didn't do it because they see a different perspective once they've killed themselves, okay? So... and the same thing, like I was sharing, who was it? I'm sorry, I forget names really easily. When I shared that you said your boyfriend committed suicide, and I commented on your page, like that's what I was sharing too, the same thing, like he's remorseful and he's like, I'm so sorry that I've done this now. Like now he's out on the other side, he sees it, right? So it's about forgiving himself, forgiving, himself for how much hurt he's actually hurt other people because he was only hurting himself, yeah, with the closed heart. So I just want to check that I'm covering everything. Okay, so why spirits are in your home? Simple as that. Now the other thing, like I was saying, so Archangel Michael of 100% light, or whoever you use, always put on the end of 100% light. That way you know that you're getting the highest vibration and 100% light, yeah? Because there's a lot of people stuck on the earth plane, there's a lot of dark entities, demons, you know, all that sort of thing. Like, those things are real, right? But it's not about fearing them, but it's also about not hanging out with them too, okay? So the other thing here that I want to say is why spirits are in your home. Okay, so Archangel Michael of 100% light, and or whoever of 100% light. Now, okay, you can do this as I'm talking to you. No matter where you are, inside, outside, shopping centre, school, doesn't matter where you are. You can do this as I'm talking. There is always a portal of light. Yeah? So there's always a portal of light. So wherever you are sitting, walking, or listening to me watching this video, just tune in right now. Where's the portal of light for you in the room or space where you're in? You might see it. You might just, oh, I just get a sense that it's over there. Or you might actually feel it. Or you might hear the sound of the portal opening. It's there. Like, just tune into where it is, because there's always a portal of light. Now that portal of light helps spirits that are in your home or anywhere go to the light. Yeah? So you can say, Archangel Michael of 100% light, please help me communicate with this spirit. Or you might not even need to communicate with the spirit. Sometimes all spirits need is just the portal of light. And if they don't want to go to the portal of light, there's a couple of reasons, okay? One, they're scared. Yeah? So what you can do is ask for Archangel Michael, or you can just ask through the portal. All it does is it takes a thought in your mind, is like, is there a relative of this person on the other side? And you can just see or imagine them put their hand through, and then usually that soul will go because they feel safe, because they know somebody there. Okay, like I said, human world, spirit world, there's no difference. Okay. Now the other thing is that they might not want to go to the light yet, is because they have unfinished business with relatives still alive or people still alive in the physical. Okay. Now it's not up to you. It's not like you have to do this stuff, okay? It's the same, like I said, in the physical world. You've got a choice on whether you actually want to help those persons or whatever like that, right? And so it's the same in the spirit world. Now, when you start doing this, you might get a lot of spirits coming to you. Why? Because they know that you can help them, okay? Like I said, it's not your job. You don't have to help them. And you can also say, hey, I'm happy to help you, but not in my home. This is my home, and it's just like you would at, you know, nighttime normally. On a physical world, you lock your house and your doors, and then you go to sleep. It's the same thing. You locked your house physically, you lock your house spiritually. You just put a big, you know, shield up, or ask Archangel Michael to keep the spirits out, and, you know, like lock your house up at nighttime. There's no difference, okay? Boundaries are no different in the spirit world to the physical world. So why spirits are in your home is that, like I said, you might be able to help them. And, you know, like I said, they're not to be feared. It's just they're trying to get your attention, okay? And you can say, hey, this really hurt me, okay? I'm aware that you're here. I don't want to help you, but if you need to go to the portal of light, that's where it is. Archangel Michael of 100% light, can you please help them? Otherwise, and you can say this to the spirit, you need to go to a person who is light and bright, because in the spirit world, they see people, I guess like me, for example, you know, whose light and awareness is very bright, yeah, because they know that they can be helped. You need to go and source and find someone in the spirit world whose light is very bright and they can help you. It's not up to me. I don't know how I can help you. I'm sorry. I can help you and guide you to the portal of light, or you can go and find somebody who is really bright and can help you. Otherwise, like I said, you can do it yourself with those simple kind of things. So, okay, so with a dark spirit now, yeah, a dark spirit or dark entity or that sort of thing, like I said, you don't want to hang out with them, but they serve a purpose too. Now, it might sound really weird, okay, because, you know, like I said, you know, if you think of the collective consciousness and only 200 years ago, you know, they didn't have the medical technology, they didn't have the technology, like everything's gone so quick now, and things are changing in a sense that, we see the dark spirits will confuse you. Yeah, dark spirits, entities, they're there to confuse you. They're there to make you not work on your life purpose, right? And that serves a purpose, right? And I think I screenshotted it as well. I was scrolling through my feed. Maybe that's why I didn't know why I screenshotted it again. I shared it. Let me just find it. Okay. So you might have heard of Lucifer. Yeah, so Lucifer, the devil and all that sort of thing. It's like a graphic drawing thing that was shared on Facebook ages ago, and I saved it. Anyway, so it says, Lucifer, the bringer of light, who plumbs the depths of darkness to lead the lost and forsaken home. Okay, so Lucifer is an angel. He chose to plumb the depths of darkness, yeah, to become the devil, to lead the lost and forsaken home. In order to be able to do so, he must hide his own light with a cloak of darkness. Cloak of darkness. Hang on, let me read that bit. In order to be able to do so, he must hide his own light with a cloak of darkness, or risk blinding those lost in the shadows with the brilliance of his truth. Yeah? So, you know, dark spirits, like I said, you don't want to hang out with them, but they're serving a purpose to turn us towards the light, okay? If you become aware of dark spirits, entities, or even spirits in your home, like I just said, what are they doing? They're making you become more conscious and work in the spirit realm, right? And work on turning us towards the light. Yeah. So, you know, when there's dark spirits or dark entities, again, Archangel Michael of 100% light, please can you clear this entity from my home? You know, and you can tell when it's a person who has, say, committed suicide and is stuck in the earth plane, or anyone for that matter. They might have had a car accident and have just kind of woken up on the other side going, well, what's just happened? And then they're like, I didn't want to leave my loved ones, right? And they're just staying there because they're so worried about them. There's so many different scenarios, right? But like I said, from our physical emotions in a human world, and when we die, there's no difference, right? We still feel all the same. So what was I saying there? Oh yeah, so with the dark spirits and entities, how do you know if you've got one? Usually they will attach to you via a cord or something. So if you go to the doctor and they can't find out what the physical pain is, sometimes it could be a cord, or a psychic attack can be from, you know, a curse or somebody bitching about you and saying mean things about you. And that can be like a psychic attack in itself. You know, like you've heard the term, oh, they stabbed me in the back, right? Like talking behind your back or whatever, like literally, because those words, again, curse, spelling, words, you know, is like a dagger being thrown in your back. You're like, oh, what is that? You know, and you go to the doctor and the physio and they can't find anything. Ask Archangel Michael to do a quick clearing, because you might actually have a dagger in your back. And, you know, if you're in tune enough and you can practice this stuff, you can, you know, like tune into where it came from. And again, it's not about throwing it back. It's about going, wow, you must be really upset with something that I've done. How can I help you? I'm really sorry if I've hurt you. You know, it's like, you know, where's here instead of here, because you fighting back is not going to help. Anyway, the point of what I'm saying is that dark spirits and entities may attach to you. So, you know, you've seen or heard, you know, like in the olden days, like they're trying to, what's the word, like exorcism, you know, like the spirit out of them. And it's like, oh, come on. Like when I see that stuff, I just cringe. I'm like, are you serious? It's like, you know, like Archangel Michael, 100% light, can you please remove this entity? And then you ask through Archangel Michael, because the entities always confuse you. They might turn up as the big demons and the black demons and the, you know, darkness that you fear. But they also might turn up as something you love, and that's kind of, you know, the trick about them. They'll confuse you, they'll do, you know, make you do behaviours that you don't usually do, you know, and you kind of can't stop. You're like, I don't usually do this, and you're like, oh, it's an entity. Usually the entities and the dark spirits and demons, you'll notice them when you're about to step up the next level in your life, especially if you're working on, say, like writing a book about spirituality or something about bringing consciousness to the world. That's, you know, when I see them these days, I'm like, oh, yep, cool, see ya. Okay, I don't need to hang out with ya. I know what you're there for. And yes, I am still going to continue my purpose work. No, I'm not going to get distracted and taken off path and leave my book there sitting on, you know, half written for years, right? Because that's the sort of distraction I'm talking about. So So yes, Archangel Michael of 100% light, please can you remove this entity? And then ask Archangel Michael for clarity. Say, okay, so why did they turn up? Why did I attract that? What was the message or the reason? Like, what am I supposed to be doing that I'm distracting myself with other things, right? Because it's usually something that you know you're supposed to be doing and you're like, actually, I know I should be doing this thing, but I'm going to keep doing this thing, right? That's the distractions I'm talking about. So I really hope that helps you. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm trusting it will get approved, and you'll be able to watch the replay. So if you've got any questions, please comment below and I'll do my best to come back in when I can. I'll check in later this afternoon when I get back home and just see if it's been approved, and there's comments if you've watched it. I really hope it's helped you, and yeah, just like I said, comment below. And I just felt really cool to share this because it's just like, it's just a different understanding, a different perspective, you know, and you know, a series of words put together create a spell because it's called spelling. So yeah, and I just wanted to help you and heal, share awareness, and I really hope that helps. You know, again, it's okay, so the darkness and the entities are there to make you fear and be scared so that you don't step into your purpose work. Yeah? But they're not. When you can see through the darkness into the light, because every darkness has light. It's like when you walk into a dark room and you turn the light on, the whole room lights up. Bang, vanished, gone. Right? So use your awareness and your mind to see straight through the darkness and go bing, dissipate. Okay? So please, like I said, comment below if you've got any questions. Remember, keeping it real. Lots of love. Namaste.